It's been a rough ride, but we got a few more signs today that Canada's economy might be in better shape than it was thought. It seems the Liberal government's forecasted deficits won't be as deep as they said they'd be. And then there's our dollar. The Loonie reached a height it hasn't flown since last July, closing just shy of 79 cents US today, even going above 79 during trading. The CBC's Renee Filipponi tells us more about what it all means for Canadians.
Headed to the happiest place on earth, this family hasn't even left for Disneyland yet, and the rebounding Loonie already has them smiling.
Now that it's, gone up, then it's a bonus for us in that sense.
For these regular Florida visitors, they notice the difference, and it means more time on the golf course.
When it was around 70 cents, we were a lot more careful. 80 gives you a little bit more confidence.
The Loonie's boost came as the price of oil rose sharply. Workers in Kuwait entered the third day of a strike, cutting production. And it's not just the dollar and oil. Canadian job numbers surged in March. There's been robust GDP growth. And from the lows in January, the TSX is back up.
We're not roaring back to life. It's not explosive growth, but we're definitely in a better place than we were even as short as 3 or 6 months ago.
And there was positive news out of Ottawa today. A report from Canada's parliamentary budget watchdog says despite a weak global forecast, the Canadian economy should rebound and pick up in growth. It also says the large deficits projected by the federal government during last month's budget were overblown. The Liberals said the country would run a $5.4 billion deficit for the last fiscal year. The report forecasts a $700 million surplus. Looking ahead to this year, the PBO says the deficit will actually be nearly $9 billion less than what the government forecasted.
Economists will come to different conclusions. We've taken a look at the challenges of global growth. We've taken a look at the volatility of markets around the world and made an estimate.
But the opposition says it's more than that.
My question to the Prime Minister is why does he insist on this continuation of misleading Canadians on these basic facts?
Accusing the Liberals of playing the age-old political game of under-promise and over-perform.
The PBOs independently confirmed that they agree that our investments in the economy will grow the economy for the long term. That's what we're trying to do, improve Canada for this generation and the next generation of Canadians.
Despite all of this recent positive news, many economists urge cautious optimism. That while there have been some encouraging numbers, there's still a lot of volatility in the global economy. And many agree things are improving. The question is how much and how fast. Renee Filipponi, CBC News, Toronto.